Welcome back, guys. Airman May here, back with another video. Today's video is going to be the top 10 fears about joining the military that a lot of people have in common. I have top 10, a number 1 fear, as well as a couple honorable mentions. Without further ado, let's get started, guys. Number 1, being disqualified at Meps is one of the top choices that a lot of people are afraid of when they join. When they join, they might get disqualified for medical reasons or moral waiver reasons or something that's like hidden background arrests or whatever. Lot of different reasons why people feel like they might get disqualified and why they're afraid about joining because they don't want to get their files looked at. But number 2, fear of getting injuries at BMT. This one is big. There is a lot of people at BMT that got hurt and you don't really want to say anything about it because they keep you at this thing called med hold. And med hold is basically they hold you over a little more longer while in BMT to make sure you're better. It's unfortunate, but a lot of people do be quiet about it, which isn't the best thing to do. I would say that you should get yourself looked at. I had a knee problem. That is a big fear though, a lot of people have. Number 3, fear of not knowing what to do or where to go, or not being able to get a job in the civilian world. They don't know what's going to happen after they're done. Common fear that a lot of people have. I decided to do a 6-year contract and I did dabble in my mind if I should do a 4 or 6. It is very common. A lot of people just don't know. Number 4, fear of the unknown and change. People don't know what to expect. That is pretty scary, but at the same time it's kind of exciting for some people. You just want to know what's ahead, but we can't predict the future. But that's just part of life. Not just in the military, it's just part of life, guys. Number 5, picking a 4 or 6 year contract. As mentioned before, some people just have no idea. Let me just see how it is, or should I just make it a career, or going with the 6-year contract. Number 6, adjusting to a new environment than what they're accustomed to. People just do not, they don't want to get out of their comfort zone, and that's perfectly fine. If I can give advice, I would say you're going to be put out your comfort zone a lot, and you are probably going to be put in a spotlight. You never know. Maybe one day you're going to be somebody's boss, or be a boss of somebody in a shop, or 6 or 10 people, or hundreds of people. You never know. The military can take you all sorts of places. I've heard it by many MTIs. Many leaders told me they didn't really see themselves being in this position. A lot of them aren't spokesmen. They don't speak really well in front of people, and it's really funny, but you may get taken out of your comfort zone. Being in a different state, you might have to adjust. You're gonna have to adjust joining. So get used to it. Number 7, being a failure. Consistently doing something wrong and not securing your duties. I have this problem now in tech school. I feel like I do something wrong almost all the time while I'm in class, but that is part of the learning process, and you can't beat yourself up about a lot of things that you're just now learning. I have to keep on not being so hard on myself and focus on what I'm doing and ask more questions. And that is something I should work on more in me. And my advice to you guys is just to ask questions, so that way you won't be afraid of making a couple mistakes. Don't worry about the mistakes. Everybody makes them, even officers and stuff. Everybody makes mistakes. We're only human. Number 8, job stability or not liking their job is a very big one too. People feel like when they go into their contracts, they're afraid that they're going to get a job they won't really like. I went in as open mechanical. I was hoping, cross my fingers, that I will get aircraft structural maintenance. End up getting aircraft structural maintenance, luckily. But you have to be a little bit more flexible if you want that opportunity to get the job you want. And not everybody gets their job that they want, and that's just the reality. People have to think about it's not the scores that entirely matters, is what the Air Force wants, and that's a huge one. Number 9, being lonely. Being lonely or without family and friends is a huge one. They're all really huge ones. I keep saying that, but a lot of people don't want to leave their friends and family behind. That's part of the culture, but at the same time, you don't necessarily have to leave your friends and family behind. Look into active duty, look into reserves or guard. Those 3 decisions or ways about joining is something I should have looked at, but honestly, going active duty, I didn't want to go back home, so I figured that would be the best bet for me. I joined to explore the world. Don't join the Air Force to not explore the world, but everybody's case is different. So just look into active duty, guard, and reserves if you're worried about leaving your friends and family. At least you'll be a little more close if you're a guard or reserve. Dying is a big one. Everybody is worried about dying. I don't want to die either, but But think of it this way, not every day is promised, no matter you're in the military or not. We gotta live each and every day with the best attitude. Don't be so miserable. Try not to be so miserable. Try to do more stuff, because you never know. The reality is, like, the next day is not promised. That's why you should live every single day with just positive attitude and just don't worry about the negative so much. Dying is a fear of most people, but a lot of people in the military are afraid of dying too. But you have those people that are confident or not afraid to lose their life over something that really matters. That is a common thing about joining, is dying. Every life is precious. And finally, I have some honorable mention. Getting yelled at. Something a lot of people are afraid of at BMT. Getting yelled at by the MTIs is everybody don't want to get yelled at. Failing PT tests. You got people that aren't so fit joining, and you got the people that are fit while joining or before joining. Failing a PT test is a big one because PT follows you even after BMT. You have to do good on your PT. Shots at BMT. People are afraid to get shots, medical shots, and you will get a lot of them if you have not been to the doctor. I know a few people, they got like 8 shots at BMT. It is a big fear, but unfortunately, you're not getting away from that, guys. I had to save this last one because this is a good one. Fear of waking up in 5 years and doing the same thing you've been doing now. Joining the Air Force has been the best decision for me, honestly, so far. The best advice someone had gave me as well, of if you're afraid of a lot of things, is don't be fearful, just be excited. That's all I got for you guys. I hope you guys liked my top fears about joining the military. If you guys liked this video, give a thumbs up at the bottom. I do post videos every single week. I hope you guys like the content I'm putting out there. I'm trying my best for you guys. And if you also like the content, subscribe and share the video if you guys have a few friends or whoever who's think about joining is worried about these kind of things too. Because believe it or not, a lot of people have those fears that you're feeling right now in common. That's pretty much it, guys. Thanks guys for watching the video, and Airman May out.